I've been watching the crowds build and build and keep trying to count how many there are. It was 10 deep about half an hour ago. Now it's 15 deep, and I think it's got as far as 20 deep. There are literally thousands of people everywhere. Some of them, of course, have been waiting here hours and hours, and they got a very nice treat about an hour and a half ago, a little reward for their patience. The King and Queen Consort's car came along here, along Hyde Park Corner and down towards Constitution Hill, and audible gasps, as you can imagine, from the crowds. And this is the route that the hearse will take in much less than an hour now. I would say she'll be here in around half an hour, depending, of course, on the speed with which they travel. We're expecting her to come along past the Dorchester Hotel, along Park Lane to Hyde Park Corner, and then to move off down Constitution Hill here. We're literally just about less than a quarter of a mile from the palace, where, as we know, the King and Queen Consort will be waiting there. Nigel, it's been a really surreal few days, hasn't it? Surreal. And I often think about what we'll remember in times to come. And one thing sticks in my mind, that it was on the first day after we heard the dreadful news, a man approached me. He was a middle-aged man, and he came up to me in the street and he said, "You're a journalist, aren't you? Can I ask you a question?" And I thought, here we go, what's he going to ask? And he said to me, with tears in his eyes, "Do you think we'll ever get over this?" And I really didn't know how to answer that. And I've been thinking about it continually ever since. And it's only being here this afternoon that the answer to that becomes quite clear, I think. The crowd here have been waiting here for several hours, and we've all pitched in. You know, somebody will say, "Oh, can you save my space? I'm off to the loo." Someone else will come back with coffee, they'll bring sandwiches, and that spirit, it's a unifying spirit, and I've never experienced that quite to that extent before. And it makes me think, yes, we'll be okay.